9 countries that consume the biggest amount of water. Look at the list of countries currently spending the most of the water on the planet on the smooth running of the industry and households. China. According to statistics, the population of China spends 1370 trillion liters of water a year. That puts it on the list of countries with the largest water consumption in the world. In the capital city, Beijing, in 2016, about 173,000 liters of water per capita was consumed, which is still 10,000 liters of water less than in the previous year. In 2015, the Chinese government adopted a long-term plan called Water 10, which should make a significant reduction in its overall water footprint. United States of America. The United States of America has been among the world's largest water consumers regularly for several decades. Average domestic water consumption in relation to U.S. states. Source: phys.org. The U.S. population of approximately 300 million inhabitants spends an average of 817 billion liters of water a year. Countries like California and Texas spend water mainly on irrigation of agricultural land, as there are regularly large droughts in these areas that destroy ASI. Brazil. Another country with a huge water tract is Brazil. It consumes average 359 billion liters of water per year. However, the Brazilian government is on the alert because the most prosperous regions of São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro and Minas Gerais, with over 32 million inhabitants, are almost without water supplies. This alarming situation is caused by El Niño phenomenon, excessive grazing of the forests and pumping of groundwater for irrigation purposes. New Zealand. In 2016, New Zealand also got to the top of the list. At present, it is characterized by increasing industrial progress, which makes it increasingly necessary to use water for production. However, New Zealanders spend too much in their homes, up to 227 liters a day, which is 4 times the recommended average. Approximately 70% of the water is consumed by personal hygiene and around 20% in the kitchen and for laundry. Russia. Russia is spending an average of 268 billion liters of water per year. In 2017, even the consumption of bottled water began to rise because water quality in the water supply is very low in many places of the country. Although there are up to 1/5 freshwater supplies in the planet located in Russia, the even distribution of clean water across the country is very problematic. However, according to research, residents of the most precarious regions of the Arctic, Siberian and Far East rang. Mexico. Mexicans consume about 200 billion liters of water each year. Although in many places the quality of the Mexican does not meet the recommended criteria, this water is mostly used for irrigation of agricultural land and, to a much lesser extent, in households, distribution of water by industry. Source: Tony Burton/GeoMexico, 2010, MaxConnect.com. Since 1985, when the country suffered a severe earthquake, demand for clean bottled water increased. In 2014, Mexico even gained the lead. Canada. Canada is also the home of 1/5 of clean, fresh water in the world. In 2013, up to 38,300 million cubic liters of water was harvested from the Canadian rivers, lakes and adjacent seas, with the most of it consumed in energy and heat production. According to statistics, the average Canadian spends about 329 liters of water per day, with up to 65% of it is being used in bathrooms for personal hygiene. Up to 68% of water supplies travel to the manufacturing industry, 20% are consumed in Australia. According to the most recent information, the inhabitants of the Perth region are worst affected by water. In one household they consume an average of up to 327,000 liters of water, which exceeds the national annual average by almost a half. The national average is about 340 liters of water a day per citizen. It is mind-bending that up to 35% of the water is used by Australians to irrigate their gardens and 19% of water to flush toilets.